Okay, no problem. Okay, let me call on Black Panther. Black Panther, thank you very much, my brother. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
My brother, my brother, my brother. God bless you.
Well, say
The
thank you.
network, the network is
I was there before him now. I was there before him
the
now.
network was dilidabi.
I was there
You see
before him
when
now.
you see when we are talking, just know your senior brother for Texas. When we are talking, you don't do that.
I was there before him now, Mr.
I'm
Elvis.
not a liberal. You don't do that. I confront you straight.
Who are you talking to? I
I'm
come
talking
before
to
you.
you.
To who?
Who you come to
Once
you?
I'm at the let am talk, I not come before him, I beg.
Naija
No,
was
no
leave
mind
am.
now.
They just they play. Naija was leave to up. They
Now
now
that
give
one leave
this
am, we know
talking
what you
to
dey talk.
allow this platform to sometimes just be like this. Don't worry yourself. They are not
No,
fighting.
they
They
mind
know
Mr.
what they are
Ediki.
doing.
You too serious.
They
No, they
too dey
mind them.
serious.
Not the Digi, not the serious. I don't tell you say Nigeria matter. Not the
So
kind of serious.
you dey call yourself elder brother. Elder brother to who? To me, I be to Mr. Labo.
To you now.
No worry. When I see you, you go tell me whether I be senior or you senior me. Where I smoke knock your head.
I want to say thank you to my mommy, the greatest mommy in town. May God bless you, mommy. You are a mother indeed, a great mother. More grace to you, and you live long for us. I want to thank everyone. Yesterday, I had to opt out of the studio. Despite I was busy, but I was ready to sacrifice, but my mood was not in. So I have to come out because of what I'm hearing. When you are not in the mood, when you hear some things, like I'm such a person, if I hear some things that I'm not in the mood, I'd rather go off than stay in. So I want to thank everyone. I listened to everybody yesterday and I captured and I see that some people are repeating what I'm saying, but they don't really understand it. They don't go deep into it. But I'll recapitulate this morning. And I know the reason, anytime I bring words, it might be controversial, but look, I'm not releasing those words because I want people to listen to me. I want us to educate ourselves and for us to understand where we are coming from and where we are going to. I'm not doing it out of any passion. I'm doing it because it is my country and it's our country. I am more than passionate concerning it. It is not yet a country though, but if they gave it a name, and that's the name we are calling it. I am more than passionate because I did not bring myself to Nigeria as it is. God brought me there. And I have the right and the audacity to say that country should split. That is the power God gave to us. That we can do because we have liberty and the authority in the world, and we can do it. We are God on earth. He gave us that mandate. And I'm not in love with any name. It is people that don't understand where they are. That is when they fall in love with something that is not working, but they want to stay there doing the same thing every day and clamoring and hanging on hope. You don't have the audacity of hope, but you are clamoring and hanging on hope. What an irony and what a people. I want to start speaking on Sheilo. You see, when we say here, sometime people will be saying, let us put allegedly. Now it is glaring to your eye. You know who they paid now. You know who they paid. When we say this one is an agent, we are using that word agent because we don't want to say it's paid. But it's glaring now, these people are big. That it's glaring now. That when we hear things before the thing start, before they do the action, we say these people have done this. Let us have it in our back mind that this thing is going to come to us. Naija was shared it here. That this is what they are doing at the back room. And now it is plain to yourself. But when we listen to it, we say, nothing. We say we have work, we have what to strategize to stop them. You don't look, you don't hide. Look, the weapons of your warfare. You should not hit them. Don't hide them. I have a nuclear weapon, you dare not come to me. I have a supersonic weapon in my backyard. You dare not try me. You dare not try me. Can Nigeria dare try Israel? When they know they have supersonic weapon and fifth generation aircraft, can they try Israel? What are we hiding? What are we hiding? Is there secret in this world again? What we are fighting against is something that will consume us if we don't stand our ground and stay it as it is and bring it on. But we don't want to do it. Sheilo has been paid. That is doing his due job. Mr. What is the other one that said they should be paying tithe in his show? That one has been paid. He wasn't speaking like this before, but look at him. Look at him. He's so cheap. He can sell his birthright with less than a porridge in a plate. He can sell it less than a porridge. He can sell his birthright. That is what you are seeing today. What has happened today to these people? Has it not happened before? Let one man stand up and say, yes, it hasn't happened before. It is right there in the scripture. People sell their birthright with a plate of porridge. This is the wisdom. And we get wisdom, but many of us don't get understanding, which is paramount to read, which is very key to read. Nigeria is not a country. What they are using in your country is the jihadist laws that they claim, quote and unquote, is God law, Sharia law. And Shariaism is a one-state party affair. They take order from one central personality. That is why you say your president is so powerful. He's the most powerful president in the world. It is the same thing with what you have in Iran. Only you have a name called, you call it democracy. That's why Fela say demonstration of craziness, because he has seen it before us. But we refuse to even look at it because we are in love with that word, Nigeria, which you don't know. Many of us don't know how it came to be. But when we speak on it, people will shut us down because they are in love with that. If you are in love with something that does not go well with your future, your life, don't you have a right to divorce? You people advise, you are married counselors, you advise people every day on it. People will say yes. But when it comes to the country that is maiming and killing people, I beg to use this word. We don't want to divorce. Because your umbilical cord is tied on that name, Nigeria. Who told you? Remember what God told you. You have the power of liberty to choose and unchoose. What are we doing, brothers and sisters? The man called the vice president. I want to remind you back, long time ago when they have a seminar in Lagos or Abuja, I'll get there about. I still have the video. He said the president of Nigeria will be in charge of the economy and I will be in charge of the security. Did you all remember? Hello? Who is in charge of NSA? Hello? Who is the deputy minister of defense that went to Saudi Arabia and Turkey to sign an agreement? Hello? Matawale. Who is Matawale? Hello? I don't know what we don't want to understand in this issue. Now let's come to no, I'll take obedience last. I want to come to that Edo State. You see, the Edo State governor, we know who he is. All those words that he said during his campaign was not a mistake. It was not a mistake. It was what has been discussed with him. But he remembered when he was making a speech and he said it. That I will give you insecurity. Insecurity, giving the people insecurity, you will rig the election, you will give that 2 million vote to the president. Yes, he will. He said it here in another video. He said, your security, that is, Peter Obi's security is not assured. He cannot assure Peter Obi if Peter Obi does not collect clearance from him. What an audacity. And you said you have a constitution. When Black Panther said the constitution or dissolve this thing, you think I was joking. This man is playing the ball out of the constitution of Nigeria. The governor does not have a right to tell a citizen, Peter Obi is a citizen, take that thing into it. He take that governor out. He's a citizen. He has the right to be given a security when he know that he is secured because of the statement that was made to him. I don't know why Peter Obi did not sue the government of Edo State for that malicious word. He would have put it on record in the law court, so that from there they will start prosecution. And look at Abati, a lawyer to that matter. Well, he has not my daughter practice, but a lawyer, I believe he's called to the bar. What do you call the governor of Edo State? Look, in modern time, they call him prime suspect. Prime suspect. That is where your investigation starts from, and lawyers knows about this. Edo State governor is a prime suspect to the attack to Peter Obi. He's a prime suspect. And there's other prime suspect, other suspects you have. You have the APC chairman of Edo State, Talaba, what is his name? That's another prime suspect. He said, I hate Peter Obi. He said blatantly, I hate Peter Obi. He didn't say I don't like him. He said I hate Peter Obi. That is a build-up of an assault to a man who is a member of the federation, who is a citizen of your country, is a suspect. Then I'll go to the third one that might give you the link, and that is the Edo State youth leader for APC. He will give you the link. He will give you the link to everything that happened in Edo State. If Nigeria was a country, if this were in the US, I would have written a petition against all these people, and it would have been a very perfect petition I will write, and I will state it how they link all of them. Edo State youth leader should be arrested. The APC leader should be arrested. I don't know why Peter Obi did not do it due diligence to sue the Edo State government to court. That is a loophole, and there's no advisor. All of them are just my lord, my sir, governor, sir. His Excellency. That is the kind of person, the kind of people following him. You are a lawyer does not mean that you know everything. Look at Abati making a fool of himself on TV, trying to pull down what El-Rufai is saying. He's an agent of APC. He's no longer looking for anything. He's an agent. You should know it right now. So don't expect anything good to come out of him. It's the partnership with them. So I would like to go to the IG. To the IG, how they do this IG nomination. You see what is going on now. Remember that video, that conversation that came up between allegedly, I put allegedly between, so that you remember, within the vice president and one of the Ondo State former governor. You see, it's playing its course now. All of you should link everything. That is the word that will link us to it. You see, it is playing its course now. That is an agreement with the leadership, some of the leadership of the West, and the full leadership of the Fulani clan in the Arewa. That is what is playing now. He's in charge of security. Why are they kidnapping more now? Because your vice president is in charge of the security. Not that the president does not know about it. He concurred and he signed partnership with them. He might want to play a game. Yes, he can play a game because he's a freelancer, he's the president of the country. But is he a president or a de facto president? Because when the defense apparatus is taken from you, you now become a de facto president. That is what he is. And Mr. Jonathan said it here. So if you go into it, the next man is Mr. Mba. Mba is the appropriate man because he still have 10 years to 10 years in service. And it's what is his position? I think it's an AIG or something like that. But they are supposed to pick from the commissioner of police straight to IG because it is not It is not done according to your right. It is political, but you must pay you must pay respect to those that can serve their full time 4 years, and not those that has 1 year to retire or 6 months to retire. You now bring them. We are in for another extension of the IG of police of Nigeria.
Mba is DIG.
Thank you, my brother. DIG Mba he has more than 4 years to serve in the police staff. He's supposed to be the next IG, but what is playing? They are trying to do what? Segregate and dismay the people of the Southeast. They are still doing it openly to our own eyes. It's supposed to be our pain, not the pain of the Eastern Bloc. It's our pain, all of us. Because anything done to them, we are open for them to even destroy us the more. What are we thinking, my brothers and sisters? What are we thinking? This country is not a country. Everything they do is out of the constitution Abdul Salami gave you. I told you all that Abdul Salami should be arrested for committing a treason against the state of the country that makes up Nigeria. He should be arrested because one man does not write a letters that will govern a country of well over even 5 million, even 500,000. One man has no right. There's no right given to him in heaven and the earth to write the decision of the people and call it we the people. That is what we should have been fighting for, not all these factors. We are into it now. We cannot come out. We cannot even go back and fight for the constitution because we did not understand where we are going to. We did not understand it. Many did not understand it. Because I told everyone that this thing is going to link us to a place where some of us will be frustrated and we will all say we want a new constitution or we dissolve. You will come there. The frustration has not come yet. You will come there. My brothers and sisters, what we are seeing now, Tinubu is using the Western Bloc, the action group pattern. That is what it's using. And I told you all that you should look at that video of the drug lord of Colombia that I sent them. I told you all to go and listen to. If he does it to one extent, he will start doing what? They will use money. Like he said, more money is a diversionary word. But after that money cannot do. If you cannot be stopped, the only thing that can stop that they use is 6 feet below the grave. That is what all of them are using. Look at what happened in Mexico 2-3 days ago. American CIA with the Mexican government, they brought down the greatest warlord that took over from Pablo Escobar in Mexico. They took over him and they killed him. And what happened? The drug lords, they came out with their weapon. They went to international airport in Mexico. They grounded it. They stopped it. They went to a city. They took over the city. It took the army, military to come in. There was a fight and they are still fighting. They told the president, give us the corpse of our leader. If you don't give him, this Mexico will be ungovernable. What an audacity. And that same audacity is what your president, who has part and parcel of that enclave, is perpetrating in Nigeria. He will not stop doing it. But there will come a time, like I said, we will go through Venezuela picture. It will happen in Nigeria. If people think doubt me, let us stay and watch. It will happen because what our brother said, the last brother that gave Sudan that gave that to what he's saying, let us look at it. He's speaking like the wise man in wilderness. He's saying the truth. He's focused. He has foresight. He's saying the truth. If Tinubu does anything now, when he goes for the second time, Tinubu can maneuver and go for another, can draw up a new constitution. That constitution, he will draw it back and said he wants to rule for another term. He will adjust the constitution. Has it not been done before? Yes, it has. Cameroon, Burkina Faso. Let me start mentioning the countries in Africa. They've done it before. Big countries have done it before. What did they do? Nothing. Talk less of Nigeria that the people are already divided and they can't even come out to speak. We are in for the big time. If you think you can make this country a country, you are joking. when they cannot agree on common normal thing in a very electoral law, they cannot agree. What else do you have? What else do you have? The only thing that the people have is for them to troop out and focus and face them with the audacity God has given them. It's when that's why may God bless my brother. Common sense. This is a time where if I want to buy, I will die for something. That is what he's trying to tell us. If I want to die for a cause, let it be a true cause. I'm ready to die for that cause. What else can we stand for? When you have lost where you came from, what else do you have to show to the world? What else do you have to show to your children when you have lost it all? We all have seen now that what the Southeast were fighting for, we will rally round and join them at last. I'm telling you the truth. That was why I said Kanu was fighting for every one of us. The understanding that I see, Kanu was fighting for every one of us. And every postulate that he has brought forward is what is coming to pass. My dear brothers and sisters, let us not argue among ourselves. Let us dig in for every point that has been made. Let us not throw it and say that our own is the best. Let us look from history. History will determine where we are going to. A man without history is going nowhere. I better hang up and hand over to the next person. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. May God bless every freedom fighter, everybody that is standing for the truth, not to do command and control system. It will never work. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Black Panther. Thank you very much for that submission. God bless you. I would like us to just move on and give us a mandate. Are you there to speak now? Is not available. That's the problem. Mr. Alabo,
now you know now it's not available. Can you hear me?
You know you are always available when you want to interject. You are not available when they call you for your own submission. You know,
but you can hear
that's
me
the
now,
problem.
right?
So are you available to speak now?
Okay, go drink
Yes,
ice
sir.
water. You have
Good evening to you.
drink ice water, beg. Drink ice water. Well, greetings to you, Mr. Elvis and the panelists. Honestly, there is no much to say.